Good morning, Spartans. Welcome to Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, August 13th. Um, yeah, so just getting started here. Sorry about that. I set up the trading or starting soon screen and like dang, maybe I should go ahead and get my coffee. So I did. I apologize about that. But we are ready to go. Really haven't looked at the market at all this morning. Just kind of got set up. SPY still pushing. Walmart's running from something. No clue. But yeah, cool. Gosh, excuse me. All right. Like I said, I really haven't looked at anything this morning. All right. Let's jump into things. I am going to do my morning post in the private group, and then we'll come back. We'll focus on cleaning up some charts, mainly SPY, IWM, get a lot of this stuff cleaned up. Man, that was a big push. That and SPY, we'll get those cleaned up and ready for this morning. But let me jump into the private group, get those guys set up and rolling, and then I'll come back and we'll, like I said, we'll get everything set up here. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please post up there in chat. I can go over and explain, show, do anything you'd like, especially before the market gets going this morning. And if you got a second, make sure you're subscribed, and give us a thumbs up there on YouTube. And if you're here on Twitch, make sure you follow. I've still got to set up the subs and all that on there, but that is in the works. So yeah, do that for me. And like I said, post up in the chat if you got any questions, and I'll be back shortly. Let me get these guys up and running. Not really going anywhere, just going to focus on these guys for a few minutes. All right. Okay. All right, we got that posted. Um, Now let's jump in and work on clean up some of these charts. So once again, what we've been doing, and it seems to be working well. We take our highest line from yesterday, and we turn that into an orange just to watch it. Um, so for Tuesday, it was the opening range high from Monday. This is going to be our PM high from Tuesday. So we are going to do that. So we get PM high Tuesday. And then we can go in and we can clean that one out. I'm just going to look at something here real quick. We had a little bit of resistance coming into this level here right at the end of the day. I'm just going to draw a line here at 227.04 to scroll back and see if that is actually something up at this highs or if it was just the end of the day. It looks like it was just end of the day. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know why that's. Yeah. And now we're dropping back below that level. Okay. Just wanted to see. One thing that's tough is once we get these big movements, we're up here in this range. Not a whole lot to base it off of in the previous history to pull up a support and resistance. So I was just looking. That one. Also, keep in mind support and resistance is not a hard line in the sand, more like an area or a zone to keep an eye on. Um, so just remember that when you're trading into or out of support and resistance. Yeah, it's great when it follows it to the precise candle, but just because it doesn't does not mean that it was not a good support resistance line. It, like I said, it's just a zone, an area. Hey, we're coming into this keep an eye on it kind of thing. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. All right, enough of that. So now we'll do PM high, PM low. Which PM low looks like it was right here at Bell, pretty much. We'll put it somewhere in there. Once again, and you don't have to get exact with this. We're just looking for an area, a line. All right, pre-market low. You definitely do not have to worry yourself to death making sure you hit it right at the spot. So this one's 228.74, pretty easy to spot. I mean, those, yeah. If I can't get it, if it pulls up 228.73, 75, fine. And that's pre-market high. I did kill out the wrong thing, didn't I? I'm missing our orange line. What was our orange line, guys? It was remap it. No big deal. I was going to be right here, pre-market high. Yeah, because opening range. PM high Tuesday. All right. There's IWM. Now we'll go in and do the same thing here on SPY. Pre-market and all-time high is going to be the same line. So what we're going to do, usually make that to let us know what it is. And then we can even go in here and pre-market high. So we know that this line is also all-time high and pre-market high. So once again, we can kill this one. We can kill this one. Pre-market high here is going to be our orange, just like in IWM. So pre-market high for Tuesday. And then we can kill our opening range, and pre-market. Since we already have our pre-market high, we'll come in, find pre-market low, which should be right in there. Again, just need that area. So right in that area, pre-market low, lock it in, we're set. Just as easy as that. You don't have to do that. There's 1,000 ways to trade. You just got to find out what works for you. I really like the lines. I really like the support resistance. knowing those zones, knowing those areas. So that's what we do. If you like it, great. If you don't, then don't use it. Pretty simple. No idea what Walmart's running from. It started gapping down hard after 9 o'clock. If anybody has any idea, if anybody has any idea what happened with that on Walmart, let me know. I haven't had a chance to look into it. I did see the movement here, but I wanted to look in a little closer. And that's a pretty big move. Not sure why. By testing that all-time high, remind me we might need to look at that to adjust it in pre-market. IWM may as well. Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right. So, yep, there goes SPY again. So we've got about 4 minutes. So I'll just let SPY do its thing here for a sec. Yeah, it back down. But I'll come in and readjust our pre-market high and all-time high for wherever SPY decides to settle here in pre-market. I'm going to keep an eye on this IWM as well to see if we need to adjust it. Anyway, we got roughly 3.5 minutes. Make sure you check your account, see what you can't get into. All that jazz. Just make sure you know what your buying power is. Push there on SPY. What your buying power is, and yeah, let's have a great day. Make sure you're set up for success. Amazon expands same-day grocery delivery to perishable foods to compete with Instacart and Walmart. $4 billion. Wow. Tesla's starting to drop back a little bit as well. Right off its support resistance line. All right, guys, less than a minute. by trying to make that one final push. And there we go. We are live. Come in here and let's update this real quick. And dropping back, looks like. Big push there on Apple at Bell 2. Crazy. Looks like we had some bigger than I expected movements here on some things at Bell. I don't know why my charts aren't keeping up. That's annoying. Look for SPY to base over this all-time high, so we could really push. Come on, charts. Anybody else having the same issue on Weeble where your chart's not wanting to reset here? Looks like Tesla is pushing good off of support there. We just PT'd on this one. That was a quick trade. Usually don't jump into stuff this early, but it's that downtrend. And then at Bell, we continued it rather quickly, of course, but quick scalp paid off. Nvidia looking for new all-time high. AMD looking to push. A lot of things looking to push. 6 minutes in. I know we talked about this yesterday. That consolidation, Walmart's definitely got some room to consolidate to the upside here. So if you're in this trade, be careful. I don't know why you would be. That was a quick scalp. We grabbed our money and ran, but you could have runner set up. I'm not sure, but right here you've got some room for consolidation. If we consolidate back to here, it's going to absolutely kill that premium. Yep. So there's that retrace back on that consolidation for Walmart, which killed that premium. So if you entered when we did, you held through this consolidation, you're down almost $20 on it. That's why once we get those big pops, that's why we focus on PT here. We see this red candle coming down. or this green going up, whichever one you look at. Same thing, since we're going to put, once this starts coming down and starts getting close to your entry, you've got to cut those runners. Don't let your runners go red. That is one golden rule in trading. And if you have an issue with runners going red and you can't manage them, and you can't manage them fast enough, don't run them. 100% run a PT, in, out, done, over with. AMD is still pushing nice. And it's looking for, I believe it's 52-week there. Still that new high. So we're back here. We could see a drop back on this Walmart. This is where if you, I mean, we're over VWAP, so I wouldn't play it. But we could see a drop to the downside here. But it doesn't look like we're going to get it. No idea why Weeble is being a bitch this morning. That's annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I love Weeble, but that right there is aggravating. Uh, 11 minutes in, guys. I guess I should put this Walmart. We have a record of that. The sound opened up pretty nice. If anybody was still in that one. 26. And we just PT'd on another one. 2 for 2. See if this one will actually stick and give us some runners. Looks like we are running a little bit now. So it was this one on Tesla or TSLL. This is getting annoying as crap, guys. I had no idea why these charts are not resetting. So this one was TSLL 13.5C. We alerted this one at 36. 36. PT on this one was 143 for 20%. Once again, if you're watching and wondering why these alerts are coming so late, we have that private group. Those guys pay to get our alerts on time, plus a whole slew of other things. So that's it. Once we enter a trade, they know immediately. So we alerted them this TSLL at 13.5 or 13.5C at our entry of 36. Then I immediately tell them our profit target of 43 and let it do its thing. And then once we hit our profit target and everything, then we let you guys know. Profit target typically, I would say 90% of the time is going to be 20%. And then we let you guys know here on stream, just because you're here free. And like I said, those guys in the private group do pay for that information. So if you want that information, I can definitely give it to you. It's above the SpartanDTGroup.com. We offer a 7-day free trial. So hey, if you entered our 7-day free trial yesterday, like we had a few people sign up, it's completely free. You would have got access to this and the Walmart trade that we took earlier as soon as we took it. So completely up to you guys. You don't have to. You're more than welcome to hang out here for free. Just throwing that out there and letting you know why you're seeing a delay in alerts till I post them. So PT. Goodness. SPY looking like it's wanting to push. IWM testing its pre-market high. See if we can base and push there. TSL something. We had a big wall on TSLL when I looked at it when we entered for the private group. And we knocked it down, but man, it's building big walls, but that's not uncommon for TSLL. Big push there on SPY and IWM. Room for consolidation here. Um, 22 minutes in, so another 10 minutes or so, then we'll set our opening range. SPY IWM, that will help. See if we get a bounce here. SPY pushing. Thought we were going to get a drop back there, but we didn't. There's that push on Tesla as well. Sweet. Like I said, if you're in that TSLL trade, make sure you're managing your runners. And rejection there off that resistance. Big rejection. Looks like a few things got hit by that rejection as well. SPY, IWM. Hey guys, give me a second. I'm gonna restart my Weeble. Just see if I can get an update. If it will update and allow these charts to auto-populate like it's supposed to. I don't know why it's doing that. So let me just refresh Weeble real quick, and then we'll come back. It'll only take a minute or so, and then we'll get set up to do opening range. So give me 1 second. I don't even have to kill the mic for this. I don't know why it's being so pain in the butt. Ay, 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 ay. All right, now we are reset. Like I said, I've showed this to you guys before. This is why I like Weeble. You can pretty much drag, drop, set up your charts however you want. I do this every morning, so but I always do it before I jump on stream. Let's see if that helps. All right. So it looks like we're starting to form a downtrend on a lot of stuff. All right, so there's 10 o'clock. So we're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then we're going to set that opening range, both on IWM and SPY. PayPal looking good to the upside. Might have to take a closer look at that one. Definitely some room for consolidation on it, but Good is struggling this morning. Not sure why, but it's down 5 points already. I do like the chart. I do like the setup. I'd probably watch a little bit longer, look at some larger time frames before I enter. Quick, we see there's some room for consolidation, but if it continues this downtrend, that's good. We're not going to play it though in the private group. That's why I'm talking about it here, just because premiums are so high. Of course, I would want to grab that 111p, but 111p right now sitting at 240, 239, 233. So that's pretty high for the private group. Building some support at 1120, which looks good. 11 even. So I see that 11 is now 260. So I mean, you gained 20, 30 bucks, 270. 40 bucks since I started looking at it. Excuse me, 110s 215, 109s 170, 108s 142. Just high, but definitely a good chart, good setup there. Could come into some resistance here on the 30, but room on the other time frames. So IWM with a big push. So that 111 is now 315, almost 100 bucks since we started looking at it. No clue why, but it is. Yeah, now over $100 on that 11p, 335. Spreads are a little large too. All right, let's set up our opening range SPY. $646.19. Our low here. And then we'll do the same on IWM, which looks like we're having a little bit of trouble getting over that opening range high. 229.27. Got it. Yeah, if we get over this 229.27 here on IWM, it could definitely push. Need to base over though. Looks like resetting my charts definitely helped with that time frame issue. That's cool. That was definitely annoying. Oh. You know, at any time you guys are watching, and if there's something you see that you like or want me to take a look at, or you know, anything in general, feel free to post up there in chat. This is definitely an equal opportunity group. Um, I don't mind at all. Don't mind. AMD is wanting to push. It's trying. SPY dropping back. And Tesla just lost its support as well, so we can see more down to the downside. I'm curious to see what SPY is going to do off this all-time high and also our pre-market high range from earlier. Of course, you know, we broke that all-time high with our opening range, but I'm curious to see. This is why we're watching that previous previous line. If we get a bounce here. We're not playing spy. I'm not in a spy, but just overall curiosity. I feel like we're gonna try to bounce. With these indicators coming down, we could trend a little sideways, but like I said, not in a spy. All right, sorry about that. I had a phone call. I'm sure you see, but looks like SPY is trying to break it. We'll see. Nvidia dropping back. Well, like I said, we are in two trades actually in the private group. Both are down. One's down $4, one's down $3, so nothing major. Fine. Trying to push a little bit there. We'll see. We are now green on one of our trades. Goodness, guys. People doing some weird things today. What platforms do you guys trade on? Post up in chat. Let me know. Just curious. No right, no wrong answers. Come on, market. E-Trade. Awesome. E-Trade's not bad. I think I have an E-Trade account. I need to do more with it. I know I've got one account. It's a small account. It's less than $1,000. I opened it years ago. Thought I had a good line on a OTC stock, and I dumped like $300 in it roughly, and it tanked. It shit the bed pretty bad. So anyway, that pretty much was a loss. And then I took the rest of that money and I bought something with a high dividend. And my thoughts were to buy it, set it, forget it, and just see what it does over a long period of time. I honestly have not looked at that account since the beginning of the year, and I think it's with E Trade. I get a statement every so often, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should look at this. But E Trade's not bad. Apple's trying to push again. I'm telling you, I kicked myself. We didn't add more positions on Apple when we were under 200. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Tesla. I Hood's dropping. I like Hood, SoFi for the long term. If you guys looking to pick up some commons and something, I would definitely consider those. Palantir as well. Palantir, I need to look at Palantir. We used to trade it quite a bit. Now that it's on its mad push, we haven't. Wrong screen. Haven't traded as much. And it hit new all-time highs this morning. $89.46. But Palantir is a good one to hold as well. Like I said, SoFi. I haven't looked at SoFi this morning either. It's up a little bit on the day. I don't know how, but it says it is. Can't be. Weeble's just up today. Overall, it's up. I mean, it's a good chart. we are in a long position on SoFi. For the group, we still got another 2 weeks on it, give or take. Back to SPY. SPY not wanting to give up that level quite yet, so. Oh my goodness, come on. We are 1 point away from a PT. $1. That's all we need, guys. Thought we had it, but SPY lost that. Watch this here on SPY, guys. It just lost that pre-market high and that previous all-time high. Now we're down to our opening range low. If we lose this with confirmation to the downside, we could see more to the downside. Killing me. Really killing me. Watch this on SPY. This is the 5 minute, this is the 2 minute. If we lose this level here, we definitely got some room for pullback. Do that pre-market low. While I got a few minutes, we're watching this, see what the market wants to do. If I see we got a few people there on Twitch. If you're new here and you're not following, make sure you hit that follow button to follow along. That way you can see when we go live, and it helps grow the channel and things like that. It's a quick, easy, and honestly free way to just say thanks. So that really helps. So just click that little follow button there for me. SPY tried to break. Still trying. We feel like we're kind of in limbo here, guys, on a few things. We're not really going sideways, but we're not forming any direction that I like. Might be getting this set up on SPY, but let's take a closer look at SPY. So we broke, now we're looking at that retest. looking at something and posting in the private group. Sorry about that, guys. But we did PT on another trade. Let me get that up for you guys. That one took a while. That one was about a 30-minute trade, which you're like, oh, 30 minutes, that's not bad. But for us, it's kind of a longer trade. But here we go. It was this one on PayPal. We were doing good, and then we just kind of trend sideways through this chop. But that little spike there allowed us to hit 0.61. So we PT'd there, still in runners, probably going to exit soon. Just because the trade's losing its momentum. The longer you're in a trade, the riskier it becomes. So PayPal 70C, we alerted at 0.50, PT was 0.60 for 20%. And like I said earlier, the private group gets these in real time. So we are now over on that one. We're in two other lotto style plays. May or may not pan out. But hey, you never know till you try. So there we go. Now that we in the money there on PayPal, it's really trying to push, which is sweet. Overall, I still feel like the market wants more to the downside, but we could see some more sideways chop. I'm really interested in this IWM and why we've kind of got stuck in this range here between pre-market high and opening range high. All indicators just kind of ended up trending sideways. PayPal with a bit of room for consolidation. Just be careful there. Apple's still really pushing. Gosh. Let's check back in on that hood. Just curious. I don't know if anybody took that trade. Yeah, it tried to come back. Got choppy, it looks like. We were watching the what 111p. That's 315. At 430, which was a good push. What, just expensive. God. SPY making a push back up now. IWM looks like it's wanting to push off of VWAP. Yeah, choppy morning so far. Like we're getting good direction, but it's not sustainable. We start going in a direction and then it just trails off. I mean, we did good with that PayPal, but it's dropping back. Like I said, we're still in two trades. Thought we were about to PT on one. It looks like it may, but it's going sideways. Our other one's dropping back a little bit. Probably need to exit and salvage what little bit of that one's left. Just Apple is moving, but Apple's expensive. The premiums on Apple are usually up there. Yeah, not too bad. 235 is 162. More than what we need to play in the group though. And looks like we just PT'd on another one. Get that one posted for you guys. That was one of the two we were kind of watching, which was this one on Spy. We were in it right here. Then we came back up and hit our moving support resistance. I told the group we needed to get this line through these two, which it did, and that gave us our drop and finally hit PT. But that was a big one. We suffered. Um, we it went red for a bit, so that's where watching and managing your trade is key, especially if you can't. I mean, watching it on the chart is key. Come on, it's 5644. We jumped in on SPY at 93. PT on this one's 112 for 20%. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. That spike down gave us our PT, but we're still in runners, which probably need to be exiting soon. Big push there on Apple though. Oof. Well, I don't know if you were around yesterday where we talked about the S&P 500 and what percentage, what makes up the S&P, but Apple and Nvidia are two of the big players. Apple, Nvidia, PayPal, Tesla, Google. But this push is one of the main reasons why we're seeing that push. So. as long as we respect this peach line, we could see more drop here on SPY. As you can see, our next indicator is going to be our pre-market low at 642.31. So as long as we can hold that trend, we've definitely got some room to drop. Um, but we keep seeing these bigger candles, which is not bad. It just kind of hurts the premium a little bit, but as this creeps down, this should creep up. So huh. Thanks for the subs there, whoever that was. I appreciate it. If you're on Twitch, make sure you give us a follow. Then you could be the next one to get a sub gifted to you. But yeah, if you're new to following us on Twitch, yeah, please make sure you follow. Like I said, we're here to help any way we can. My goal is to help you all become a profitable options trader. I tell it like it is. I don't sugarcoat it. I honestly and I'm a honest guy, so I just honestly here to help. I honestly don't know how else to put it. Another big push there on Apple. Like, I wish, yeah, but Apple scares me. It really does. If it wasn't for this Apple and Nvidia, we could definitely see a bigger drop here on SPY. But see that big drop and then room for consolidation back to this peach line, and you can see what it's doing to the premium here on our put. So we're getting a slight bounce here, so be careful. Goes back to you need to manage these positions. In at 93, we're sitting at 96, 95 range, 94. You know, are we going to get a rejection here? Are we going to push back up to here? If we push back up into this range, it's going to kill this trade. You're green. Do you exit? Do you keep it? Do you put the money in your pocket or do you let it ride? So far, we are holding that area, but doesn't mean we're going to get that rejection. But we do have a drop on Apple, but yet Nvidia is pushing. So these two are fighting this. A lot of time, trading is a waiting game, a wait and see kind of game. And right now, that's kind of what we're doing. We're waiting to see what's going on. Looks like we're going to take a red hit on one trade today. It's down quite a bit. I don't know if the guys in the private group are still in that one. We took it at $33. It's down to $6. I'm probably just going to let it ride. But it is what it is. But other than that, I mean, we've had a great day, more than paid for itself. We PT'd on a Walmart trade, a TSLL trade, a PayPal trade, and now this SPY trade. So we're 4 for 5, and we're hour and a half in. So not really seeing any runners though. One thing I talked to the private group this morning in our opening statement or pre-market post, whatever you want to call it. One thing I told them today was make sure you focus on that profit target. We set a profit target for every trade, every time. I think I missed setting a profit target on a trade maybe yesterday or Monday, but it was because it was like a $10 trade. No, excuse me, it was a $13 trade on TSLL. Went small, just grabbed a couple, ended up PTing on it and well over 20%. But you've got to focus on that profit target. And I see a lot of stuff on social media about these big runners and stuff. I mean, we have them, but that's not what you focus on. They focus on that for whatever reason. I don't know. And then you get the young 18, 19, 20-year-old kids riding around in Lambos and all this because they, went all in on this or that. And that right there will get you in so much trouble if you try to follow that. Focusing on that PT, that consistent profit, every trade, every time, in the long run is going to pay off. Yeah, you might get these big wins here and there. You might get these runners. I mean, we had a runner the last week, I think, or the week before, which reminds me, I still need to finish the spreadsheet. You guys got to remind me to do that. But, I mean, we get 500-600% runners. We've had 1,000-2,000% runners, and that's cool and all, but you got to focus on that profit target every single time, every single trade. So we've had 5 trades today. One is still under our profit, still sitting at $6. The other 4, we hit our profit target. We put money in the bank, and that's key. I like to tell those guys that profit target pays the bills, and that's what you got to focus on in trading. You got to focus on paying your bills, and that's where that profit target comes from. The runners is just fun money. It's fun, but it's not necessary. And I like to equate it, and I'm sure you've maybe heard other people use the same analogy, but baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan. If I do some sports betting, which I do from time to time, it's on baseball, but it's really a great analogy for trading. So in the game of baseball, you hit the ball, what's the first thing you got to do? You got to go to first base. That base hit. The base hits is what wins the game. Because if you don't get at least a base hit, you're not going to make it a second, you're not going to make it a third, and you're not going to make it home to score. So those base hits is what adds up. More games are won because of a base hit. Is it nice to have a home run? Yes. A grand slam? Yes. Whatever you want to call it. Knock it out of the park. I'm sure every baseball player, every time they get up to bat, would like to hit a grand slam. But the realization that it's not going to happen. Same with trading. Every trade I get into, would I love to hit a home run? Yes. Home run over 100% every time, fantastic. Is there days that we hit nothing but home runs? Yeah. But every single trade, I focus on that base hit. Every batter would love to hit a home run every time they step up to the plate, but their main goal overall is at least to get to first base. If every batter on the team every time gets to first base, they're more likely to win that game. And if I step up to the plate on every trade, focus on that base hit, and I hit that base hit, then I'm more than likely going to win at trading. Simple math. So that's what we did today. We hit base hit 4 out of 5 times. So taking that one little loss, which we're not out of the trade yet. I mean, it could come back. We could get that base hit. We're slowly swinging. It looks like it's going to be a miss, but we might connect. We might get a base hit out of it. And if we do, great. If not, then hey, it is what it is. But we focused on that base hit. Sometimes you hit it and get a pop fly and you're out, but we've at least got 4 base hits today. Hey, you're welcome, Pop, man. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you follow us here on Twitch, but it really is. You've got to focus on those wins. And I say it in the private group a lot. Small gains add up to big profits. And there's no other way to put it. Last week, I think it was, we talked about compounding interest. If you have $1,000 account, you add 1% to that every trading day, then there's 252 trading days a year. 1% a day on a $1,000 account after 252 trading days. Of course, you're going to get a little bit better here. You're going to get a little bit worse there, but in average, a 1% over 252 days on a $1,000 account at the end of the year, you're going to have almost 13,000. And a lot of people don't understand that. They enter trade. They like, this is going to go to the moon, and they hold it and hold it and hold it. You know, they're green. They're 20%. They're 30%. They're 40%. And they keep holding it. They get greedy. Their mind's like, this thing's going to keep running. And then the market dumps just like this Apple did right here. And now all of a sudden their 40% is negative 10, negative 20. And they're like, oh, this is going to come back. Negative 30, negative 40. And their big runner has now turned into a big loss because they got greedy. And if you would just focus on that 10%, that 20% PT, that 1% overall every day is where you're going to make that money. So, sorry about that, guys. A little bit of a rant, a spiel. I get on those time to time, and it's easier for me to do it here on stream versus the group, because, man, that's a lot to type out. But I do it with the group too, so. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. I appreciate that comment there, Pup. That's what I do, man. But please stick around. Give us the old follow. Somebody just gifted some of our followers some free subs. Not like Subway subs, but some free subs. That is my biggest problem for sure. Happened to me this morning on Bull 16C. It does. I mean, not gonna lie, it happens to me too. I've learned over the years to focus on that PT and scale out once we hit that profit target. But I can teach you how to trade. I can teach you everything you need to know. I can teach you how to be profitable. I can teach you to chart, support resistance, indicators, entries, exits, whatever you want. But one thing I can't teach you is how to control your mind and how to control what goes on up here. That's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest hurdle for traders. You could ruin a good day, a good trade, just like you said on your bull this morning, by thinking thinking things are going to push, thinking things are going to come back. No, you've got to focus on the chart. You've got to focus on what is the chart telling you. Just like on this SPY, I was telling you we need to follow this peach line. We bounced down, we came back up and retested it. Did we break it? We started to. Did we get a clean push from it? No. So if you didn't exit your trade, now we're new highs, because that is what the chart's telling us. If we thought this was going to push up, or we thought that it was going to break it without getting a clean break in that confirmation, then we would have exited the trade sooner. So you've really got to think that, take that thought, take that emotions, take that mental out of the trade to be a successful trader. You can't gamble. You got to focus on what's in front of you and play off of that. Do you stream? Yeah. We do. We stream every trading day. I usually jump on around 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Luckily, we're same time zone as the market. But I do. We're new to the streaming thing. We've had the private group for a while now, and a lot of our members have wanted me to do the live streaming. So it's something we started about a month ago. I've missed a couple days. Had one day because of computer, and then 1 or 2 days where I had some just stuff going on. And then in a couple weeks, I am going to take a couple days. I got a beach trip planned, but not going to ignore the private group by any means. I'll probably just sit on the beach and trade, but I can't sit on the beach and stream. So to answer your question, yes, if I'm able to trade and the market is open, then yeah, I'm going to be right here with you guys. But yeah, make sure you follow. That way you get notified when we do go live. So as I was yapping, Nvidia, AMD, both downturning pretty hard. Tesla downturning pretty hard, and Apple still turning, which is going to be good for this SPY. Like we talked about, the companies that make up the S&P 500. As long as we follow this peach line, we should be good. Of course, we'll get our little pops here and there, but not too worried about it. Well over PT. You just don't want these to go red. You don't want to get on a base hit and then take your foot off the bag and get tagged out, or trying to do a lead off and the pitcher throws you out. You don't want that. So don't lose money on your base hits. So the private group, you can see the website. Stream Elements just posted it right above you. SpartanDTGroup.com. Basically, we have a private group where we go in depth with charting and things like that. You see our alerts in real time. So like this SPY, we posted it here after we hit our PT at 112. It was right at 112 when I posted it here. Those guys got it at 93. They see every trade I take, when I take it, and my profit target for that trade. We have a chat room where they can ask questions. We can do in-depth analysis. It's 24/7. All of our traders talk about stuff they're looking at, trades they're taking. It's a good community thing. And then I post screenshots and do some more stuff, and I give them more in depth, like I said, because they're paying for it, of course. Then we have a training room where we post training materials, training videos, stuff like that, which I need to get back on and make some more videos for those guys. And we do weekly classes. We do one-on-one sessions. So if you're having trouble or struggling with something, you can set up a one-on-one session with me. We'll get on a Zoom type call. I'll show you this screen. I'll show you my actual trading screen, and we can sit down and go through things that issues you're having. So that's the private group. Like I said, we have two different subscription levels. One, we call it the silver, is just alerts. That one's $29.99 a month. You see every trade we take, entry, exit, whole 9 yards. You get our morning spiel. Every week we post ER, we do a market recap, stuff like that. Then we have the platinum. The platinum jumps to $59.99, but that's where you get the chat room, the training, the one-on-one sessions. If we offer it, it's for our platinum guys. If you want to sign up, cool. If not, you're more than welcome to hang out here on stream with me. No holds bar kind of guy. I don't hold anything back. I've got nothing to hide. Full transparency. So we offer a 7-day free trial on all of our subscription levels, both the platinum and the silver. So you sign up today, you like it, and you don't like it, let's say, and it's not for you. Hey, no worries. We'll cancel the subscription and move you, and it's free of charge within those first 7 days. If you do like it, stick around and grow with us. Like I said, we're trying to build a community, but no harm, no foul. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, hey, it's not for everybody. No big deal. We still remain friends, and you're more than welcome to hang out here on stream with me. But yeah, that's what it is. But check it out, SpartanDTGroup.com. Oh man, still seeing more to the downside here on quite a few things, and it looks like it's ramping up. So this SPY could turn into something that is going to be longer hold. We've definitely got room back to the 642.31 level. It's super easy. If you sign up through the website, you can log into your account and cancel it there. Once you get in, our private group, we run everything on Telegram Messenger. We used to be on Discord. Discord allowed a lot of bots and stuff like that in, so it was more of a pain in the butt. Discord is simple, cut and dry. If I want you in there, I can send you a link so it doesn't get sent to bots and stuff like that. So everybody in there is somebody we've vetted, and they're there for a purpose, so you're not getting junk in the group. But if you can't cancel it through the website, or you have problems, then you just shoot me a message on Telegram. I'll ask you usually why. Is there anything I can do to help? But yeah, if you want to cancel it, it takes me about 30 seconds. I log into the back side of the website, find your subscription, and cancel it. It's super easy. Like I said, I've got nothing to hide. I'm not holding anybody ransom. There's no contracts, no subscription, startup fees, none of that crap. It's literally $29.99 a month, $59.99 a month. 7-day free trial on both. If you want to sign up, we've got a few members that do annually. If you sign up for the annual subscription, you get 2 months free. So the annual on the silver is $299.99, and the platinum is $599.99. So you get 2 months, actually a little over 2 months free on both of those. But yeah, I mean, I can cancel at any time. There's no hidden fees, no nothing. It's cut and dry. IWM's retesting that pre-market high here. If we base, we could, or if we break, we could get back to this opening range. But this little push here, or at least this sideways action, is kind of baffling to me when everything else seems to be dropping. Watch this peach line here on SPY though. Trying to push above it. Be careful, guys. Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, all trying to push back. So, yep, here we go. We just broke it. See what it's doing quickly to this premium? You've got to watch this stuff, guys. Yeah, now we're pushing. If you're still in this, I don't know why. I mean, we're now under our PT, quickly closing in on our entry. This goes back to you were on first base. Heck, with the entry at 93, 138, you're more like second, third base, and you're getting greedy. You're leading off, and the pitcher just is about to, the pitcher just now threw you out on third base because too big of a leadoff, which I don't know why you do it, but people do it. See, we're still pushing. IWM broke that pre-market high, and now we're testing an open range high. See if we get this break here. Sorry, we came back to this line here. In the private group, we explained more about what these are, but this red line and this ugly gold line are really important. We came back up, and as you can see, we quickly rejected off. Yes, everything is on Telegram. Sorry, I missed that. I think I know who you are there, pup. Just sent you a PM there on the group. Check that out. Are we buying BLSH today? I no. Um, we don't really do stocks. BLSH, that seems like a stock to me. 37 BLSH. I don't even know what that is. You're gonna have to help me out on that one. IPO. Ah, gotcha. That's probably why it's not listed. I don't really play a lot of IPOs just because 95% of what we do is options. IPOs are tricky. It's 100% a lottery. Some are good, some are bad, but you never know. If you feel good about the company, then I would say sure, but make sure you're willing to hold it long term and you don't spend a ton on it because IPOs can go either way because there's no history on what the stock is doing or has done because it's a new stock. We back in the day, I know we played Roblox and stuff like that, and it did well on IPOs. But nowadays, we just focus on options, a whole lot safer, much better ROI, and I kind of feel like IPOs for the most part is a gamble. But no, if you do, like I said, just be willing to hold and don't go huge on it. Hey, no problem, man. I really appreciate the question. Um, do they have a price yet on it? BLSH. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Um. Oh, so they're showing a opening. Not yet. Currently, I'm looking to place limit orders. Is it opening today? Kind of looking at. It. Looks like IPO is today. Bullish is an inconsistent focused digital asset platform focused on market infrastructure and services. Cool. I mean it's 37 bucks right now. If you do a limit, just because we're at 37 doesn't mean it's going to fill at 37. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, it looks like it IPOs today. Yeah, we're doing good. 4 for 5 so far today, and one that I don't know how long you've been watching, but we had one that was quite in the red. It's coming back, and we are now green on it. So we might PT on it. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you do too, man. Stop by anytime, hang out, ask questions. Feel free to chat with us. We're always here, and I don't mind telling you like it is. Did we PT on that one? We did. Holy crap! And I missed it looking at IPO stuff. So this one did come back. Let me get that posted. It was this one here on IWM. We just barely PT'd. IWM. Let's see. All right. All right, sorry guys, was working on some back end stuff. So looks like things are kind of starting to go a little sideways here. AMD's trying to push a little bit. Luckily, we finally got this pushback and PT over. Excuse me, our PT on IWM. That gave us 5 for 5 today. I still need to update this. So this was IWM 230C. This one was alerted at 0.33. PT on this one was 0.44. So this one was tricky, guys. This is the one I was mentioning if you were watching on stream. When we came down off of this and we broke, this is where I was saying we needed to exit. But we got down to $6, as you can see here. Actually, we got down to $5 at one point. At that point, I was just willing to let it ride. Luckily, we did, and we started coming back up. Sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you just got to hope for the best. I know hope's not a tactic, but that time it paid. So. Apple trying to push by NVIDIA, AMD. Looks like IWM's holding that opening range. So we could see more to the upside. I don't know if I'm going to play any more today. We're coming into lunchtime, so we could see that sideways action. We've had a good day, 5 for 5. I don't want to keep pushing it, especially after that that comeback we had here on IWM. Jeez. starting to push up. Watch this IWM. If this peach gets up through this blue, we can see more to the upside. Acts like we don't want to get a push off of there. Oh, goodness. Yeah, now we're starting to see those pullbacks again. I probably going to end up calling it a day. We 5 for 5. No need to chase. No need to give back. If we start getting this sideways coming into lunch, we may or may not get some movement after lunch. I'm not sure, but it's just not really worth it chasing. Like I said, good day. So probably gonna wrap it up and go get me some lunch because I'm getting hungry. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the follows. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. If you're on Twitch, make sure you follow us there on Twitch. Somebody else gifted some subs today, which really cool. Thank you to whoever that was. They did it anonymously. I think I know who it is, but I don't know for certain. But I appreciate it. So if you're following, you could be one of those people to get a subscription as well. I'm going to definitely start working on something for those subs. I think we're up to 6 or 7 subs here on Twitch. So not bad. Granted that we only have 26 followers, but you should follow if you're not. That way you stick around. You'll get notified when we go live, and you can do this every day and hang out with us. So I appreciate it, and like I said, appreciate all those that followed us today and the guys that actually signed up for the private group. Really, really cool. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, all the support and love we're getting from you guys. And it just makes me want to do it more and do a better job and put out better content for you guys. So the more we get back, the more you guys will get back. So anyway, I appreciate it, guys. Have a great day. Please be safe trading. 5 for 5 today, and just don't want to give it back. So yeah, have a great afternoon, and I will see everybody back in the morning. Thanks, guys.